Hello everyone, this is an AG Cartoon Stories Christmas special. Today's story is Kristoff the Glowing Creeper. Kristoff the Glowing Creeper was a very merry soul. A small little creeper he was, with only one peculiarity. Instead of exploding, he glowed. You'd think that this would be a good idea. After all, creepers do make a slight light up when they go boom. Well, unfortunately for Gunter, that's not how this story goes. Unfortunately, due to his glowing, he always accidentally warns the players so they can get out of the other creeper's blast radius. Thank you! That was Creeper 4. Get out of here, you incompetent goofball! Poor little guy, all alone. All he'd ever really want would be a friend, or the ability to explode. But both seemed out of the question for him, until he came across a pumpkin. He soon saw in a small little village where a grumpy old villager called Ebenezer lived that two little villagers were making a snowman. Seeing the pumpkin, he figured, maybe I could make one. Yes, that's true. I can make one. A little friend for me too. So, he rolled two big snow blocks and put the pumpkin on top. With a flash of Christmas magic, and magical too, the snowman turned into a snow golem, who we will call Frosty, in name of the most famous snowman of all. Kristoff and Frosty were now friends. While they were playing in the snow, Kristoff accidentally ran into some old bullies. That was Creeper 4. Let's get him! Eek! Run! yelled Kristoff. He and Frosty fled, far, far into the north, past the frozen trees, across the ice sea, and through the mountains of ice spikes. Far, far away, farther than any player or mob has ever journeyed. Some would say that this might even be farther than the far lands. As impossible as that might be. Anyway, after so much running, they would stumble upon a small little village. Not like any village which they had seen before. A village which looked like a magical place out of a book, where they would meet the most kind villager of them all, Santa Villager, or as his friend called him, Klaus. Ho ho ho! What do we have here? Greg and Frosty were confused. Why isn't he running? Surely he must be afraid. That's what villagers do. Not me, my friends. I see that you two are lonely. How would you like to stay here and help? The two agreed, save thinking, he's a merry old soul, he is. Santa Villager took them to his workshop, where we would see two tiny golems made out of copper, but dressed like elves, busily making and packaging toys for all the good little players and villagers and all the other good mobs of the world. The constant clicking and clacking which they made almost sounded like music. You could almost hear the sound of jingle bells. Kristoff liked the tune. He actually bobbed his head and tapped his feet, and his glowing effect fell back to the atmosphere. Frosty juggled and swirled around. The floor was practically an ice rink. Santa villager couldn't stop looking on in amazement of how happy they were. Oh, mind if I join in? Santa villager ice skated like the wind. It was quite impressive. Most people just think villagers were fast when they ran away. But Santa villager on the ice and snow? Man, was that old sod a great guy. I tell you, if Scrooge the villager saw this, he'd probably be surprised and drop all his emeralds. I tell you, I think this would be the bet which would cause Scrooge to go bankrupt. Anyway, meanwhile back in the village, Scrooge was usually being grumpy, and he wants his workers to work even harder for Christmas. But let's just say he's gonna get a visit over the night. A visit which will change his appearance around the world. Although Santa's sister was on the way, a group of villagers under the cloak of darkness, disguised as mice, crawled along the ice. They wanted to destroy the workshop and all the presents, to create misery and pain. They snuck up with even seemingly their vexes, having a grimmer appearance. Who knows what they are? In case you're wondering, the small villager isn't the arch-illager. He's just somebody who likes to dress up like him to get respect amongst from the other illagers. So how will our heroes defend against this onslaught? We'll soon find out. Well, let's just say we're going to see the holiday variant of a certain someone. Santa villager saw them coming. He looked serious. He looked stern. Release the nutcrackers. The copper golem elf closest to him saluted, pushed the button, and then out from the ice rose a platform, and another, and another, and another, and another, each one of them having, but not a usual iron golem. These ones were wearing like uniforms, and they all looked like they were made out of mahogany wood. Quite intriguing, isn't it? How did Santa crack this recipe? Who knows? But Greg could swear that he could hear the sound of machines rumbling under the ice. Perhaps there was an entire factory underneath the ice itself. Anyway, the illagers tried to sneak with their mouse disguises, but that did not work. The Christmas golems charged, swatting them away far over the ice. Although the Vexes, who looked somewhat grim and were not so easy to dissuade, they had small black cloaks, and even armed with scythes. The evokers were draped in cloaks and hoods for the cold weather. The pillagers and vindicators all had winter regalia. Even the Ravenger had a Christmas-themed attire. It had antlers to help it doze through, although it did look like a monstrous reindeer. The battle waged on across the ice, although the problem would be that due to the darkness, it was quite hard to see. Snowballs were launched. Frosty helped, but due to the poor visibility, they couldn't tell of how many were coming. Greg was worried. He started to flare up. Then he realized he got to the highest point of the town and shone brighter than he has ever shone before. In a flash, the illagers were stunned. The golems were unaffected. Some fell in the ice and got turned to ice cubes. Some were defeated. They were even able to capture one of the Vexes. But when all the Christmas golems teamed up, they threw them so far across the ice, they were lost in the snow. Some fell and so they ran, cutting their losses. The quote-unquote wannabe king, Illager, kept trying to demand that they fight. Frosty threw the finishing snowball, knocking his crown off. He chased after it, but he fell under the ice. He bobbed up. They took him back. Also, they used him as a slate to slide away. In fact, they used all their frozen comrades to escape, then running back to where they came from. They even left a few totems and emeralds and weapons behind in their scurry, like the mice they were. With the battle won, our heroes rejoiced, saying hip hip hooray for our heroes. Santa Villager was the most impressed. You two have done a service to us all. For that, how would you like to pull my sleigh with my little friends? Kristoff wondered. Little? But yes, I'm honored. Santa smiled and showed him what he meant by little helpers. Instead of reindeer or horses, his sleigh was pulled by chicken jockeys. Quite impressive, isn't it? Those little creatures can actually fly a sleigh. Once he was hooked up, he towed the sleigh, using his glowing ability to shine the way through the foggiest of fogs in the farthest lands. They flew over every land, villager, town, village, and even player headquarter base. Any structure they flew over, they left presents, except for the bad ones, of who had hostile mobs which were cruel, and even illagers. While there were some good mobs and illagers, let's just say the bad ones got coal which they couldn't use. In fact, they didn't even get coal, they got the most useless substance in all of Minecraftdom. Used paper. They flew all over the world and back. And what happened to that little Vex which was caught? Well, Scrooge, the grumpy villager, said that he changed his ways due to having an encounter with free spirits. A beautiful lady villager, a jolly Santa villager-esque player, and a ghost of Christmas future, which was quite small, although you could somewhat make out tiny wings on its back. Looks like even Vexes can do some good in this land. And with that, Scrooge changed his ways. Our hero was seen as a hero to all mobdom. Frosty the Snow Golem had helped save the day from the illagers. And what happened to those illagers? Well, on holidays, they say, you can hear them grumble and moan as they were trying to defrost themselves. And some would say their hearts sank that day due to their loss. Deep, deeper, and deepest of all, who knows what they'll do next, but something tells me they've learned their lesson. Don't mess with a glowing creeper, especially when he has friends in the North Pole. When they got back, our glowing friend was offered a chance to stay in the North with his friends, and he agreed. For one, Frosty would feel more comfortable here. Two, how many people can say that they're the official creeper who pulls the Santa sleigh? I hope this tale has given you all hope and a very happy future. Merry Christmas to one and all, and to all a good night. Thank you for watching, everyone. Please tell us in the comments below which picture did you like the most, and if you had any Christmas Minecraft mashup ideas, please tell us in the comments or send them to us on Facebook. Please tell us all. And I have good news. Our Minecraft server, after many people tried to destroy all our hard work for all of you, is gonna come back. We're working on a few things. We might have a few PvP, and we might even have a creative server. Oh, and by the way, what do you think of our new green screen setup? Please tell us about it in the comments. So, please, go down below, comment, don't forget to give us a like, share with your friends and family, subscribe, and make sure that bell rings, and click the bell for notifications so you'll never miss one of our episodes. Happy holidays and best wishes to you all. See you next episode.